myself and running into bumps along the road. The most largest bump being a group of girls who used to be my best friends. But let me tell you what my life was really like. For over a year, I dreaded going to school each and every morning. Imagine walking down the halls, knowing you were being talked about, knowing there's nothing you could do, knowing that in this day and age, the cruelness would only continue anonymously over the phone. The most frightening thing about cyberbullying is that the bully can continue to target the victim from any place at any time, over the phone, anonymously. It seemed like there was no escape. I felt targeted. The girls, who I used to consider true friends, had turned on me and were amused at their power to make me feel worthless with a single remark. These girls were intentionally taking the time out of their day to bring me down. In class, they would give me dirty looks and isolate me as much as possible. My grades dropped. I got my first C of my entire high school career, which is very uncommon of me. My teachers began to notice that I was not my outgoing and bubbly self. I became depressed because I felt so bad about myself. One night, I came home from soccer practice and checked my social media. I was unable to log in. I had been hacked. My profile picture had been replaced with a random person who was not me, and a text had been sent out to almost every person I followed, claiming that I was a lesbian. Almost every person knew. And on top of that, these girls had told people cruel things, such as calling them ugly and fat, pretending to be me. Undoing and explaining this mess took an even larger toll on me. But what hurt the most was understanding people have the ability to inflict this much of a disaster on someone's life and feel little to no remorse. While many girls in the 7th grade spent their weekends at sleepovers, gossiping, into the waking hours of the night, feel little to no remorse. While many girls in the 7th grade spent their weekends at sleepovers, gossiping, into the waking hours of the night, I spent many alone, wondering what I did to deserve this, why it was so hard for me to find the courage to stand up for myself, to overcome the bullying. Perhaps the most terrifying revelation of the effect bullying had on me was the difficulty I encountered in recalling these painful details of my experience, as my mind protectively blocked out this period of time in my life. Let's flash forward 2 years later. As a freshman entering a new school with new friends, I hoped for a fresh start. I was lucky enough to find one, but it wasn't at school that I found only new beginnings, but myself. I joined the Relationship and Decisions Teen Trainer program through Alpert Jewish Family Services 4 years ago, and it was there that I found the answers to my questions. I jumped at the opportunity to join this program because no one deserves to be treated that way. Using my personal experience as fuel to help others, I found myself growing stronger and stronger. My self-confidence grew as I saw my actions have positive consequences on my peers and others who I interacted with. As a teen trainer, I have learned how to emerge as a leader in tough situations, how to work with like-minded individuals towards a common goal, and how to guide others to make healthy choices. It is amazing to have been given a platform to change the way kids my age act when it comes to abusive relationships and bullying. A few months ago, I was able to help a good friend of mine recognize that it was time to once and for all leave an abusive relationship. I was able to direct him to AJFS, where he received the proper resources to safely leave the relationship. As a teen trainer, I have grown so much as a person and have been able to change the lives of others, and I'm so thankful to have done so. We must take into account the youth of our generation are just as susceptible to bullying and dating abuse as adults. The statistics speak for themselves. More than 1 in 3 people have them bullied, harassed, or threatened online. 1 out of every 3 teens will be abused by their significant other. AJFS and the Teen Trainer program starts at the roots, kids, who are our future. By preventing and educating them now, we are paving the road for a better tomorrow. Thank you.